today we're going to be making another page in our grungy journal. I have got a few more pages together, so you'll probably see them as we're going along. So I've got my scraps out. I've also got out some of the grungy paper from last week. Oops, where is it? I made this in a video last week and I thought I might as well use it. So we're going to be using that. I've got book pages, just scraps. I did have a little go at messy mark making, and I got some just packing paper and did some mark making. And this is a piece of 4x, and this is just a scrapbook card that I will never use. So I've just sort of sploshed and painted on that. The back's quite, if I decide I don't like that, I'll just use the back for backing. So these are all the bits I've got to play with. And I did make a prototype so you could see what we're going to make before we start. And this is it. It's a little flip up like this. And I've made this, and then I realised I can do this in all different sizes. So you don't need to fill your page. You don't need to have 3. You can have more. You can squeeze them up a bit more. But that would probably start making it quite bulky. So we're going to make one of these today. And I made those with book pages, but you can make them out of anything. So I'm going to make a couple out of this music paper. Now, it's very, very vintage. It's very vintage, in other words. It's pretty old. So what I'm going to do is just glue 2 together, because you don't want it to be ripping. It needs to be quite firm. And I thought this time I'm going to make them all different. So I've got this, which I've used before, which is just some napkin on the back of some painted paper. Don't ask. Just don't ask, all right? I have lots of scraps of things. So that's another one. And what was I going to use? Oh, I was going to try and use this, which I quite like. So I need to just make sure I'm not going to make it too big. So this is one of my pages. Oh, I really want this flap. So what I might do is just trim this down so that it fits on my page. And that can be my big one. And then the others I'll make smaller. And I'll save this. Because, you know, we'll use them. We'll use them. So that's one flip. Now the first thing you've got to remember is that you need to make like a little flip fold. So before you start decorating, do your little fold and sort of, you know, make it quite good, because that will help keep it flat. Right, so we want another one. I don't know whether to have that. I think what I'll do is I'll have, oh, I don't know which side to have on the outside. Why have I just done that? Right, okay, so we're going to make this. I'm going to rip along there, put that in my scrap box, and then this one will be my next one. Whether I have it that way or whether I turn it, I don't know yet. But I quite like that. And, oh, there it went. Put you in my scrap box. That's how I end up with loads of little bits. Let's just take off the edge, because I didn't glue the edge. And decisions. How big is this one? That's quite big. So let's just do like a maybe a tall, thin one, like this. Be interesting. And let's use this as the fold over, because it's not very strong. There we go. So we've got 3 flaps to use. I didn't. Oh, I did. That's that way. So we've got 3 like that. And already it's making a really interesting sort of shape. So I'm just going to edge with a bit of, you know, bit of the old vintage photo or whatever it's called. Which one is it? It's vintage. Yeah, it is vintage photo. There you go. I was right. Not right very often, but I was right today. It's very old, spongy thing. And all we have to do is decorate these up. And what I've done on mine, on my prototype, is I've put, well, this one has actually got a little pocket. So I've made a little pocket on the back to put something in. I haven't got anything to put in it. I will put this in it, remind me. So that just sits in there. And then these have got a little bit of writing space. And you can decorate that up as well. It just depends what you want to do. But we're doing these ones. So get your scraps out. Oh, in fact, first of all, get some background. Get some background. Either your painted papers, your mark-making papers, anything like that. There we go. And I'll keep them out there. And I don't think too much. Don't sort of overthink this bit. Okay? So I quite like that. There's just too much. So we're going to just add a little bit. And this one, I'm not going to put that on. I'm going to put some of this on. A little bit too much. I don't want loads and loads. So these will be, just very quickly before you notice it, they'll be done. Oh, I think there's some actually still on this. And we're just going to glue them down, and that'll be that. Started. So obviously it is night time. Well, it's not night time, it's about 4 o'clock. It feels like night time because and I'm working with my light. So please excuse the shadows. It was either this or you didn't get a video. I am getting to that point now where every night when I come home, it's just too dark with the rain and the, you know, the time of year sort of thing. So bear with me during the winter months, and I'm sorry about the shadows. If they're going to bother people, I'll just have to stop doing videos for the winter. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. That'd be rubbish. Right. So we've started on our backgrounds, and then all I do is I dig into my little box of goodies. My hands are very sticky, and I've got this little bit of lace that I've stitched onto some packing paper, which I sort of quite like. Oh, look at that. I put some on this one, and it just fits. So it's going on. No thinking, just dig in, use your scraps. If you start putting them down and, you know, oh, I don't like that, oh, I'm not going to put that on, you never get there. Just go for it. Go for it. You have my permission to go for it. Oh, what are you doing in there? That's all sewn together. I should really use that as like a cluster in the book. I don't think these are going to fit. No. But I do have some more bits of paper I can just add on. I don't think I want you. Got some more of my corrugated paper. I do like using this. I do think it's just gives that real grungy effect without actually doing anything at all. And I'm not going to put gesso on, although you could. So I quite like that on there. Alternate between proper glue and a bit of glue stick. If it's just paper, glue stick is fine. And this is all you have to do. Honestly, this is it. I don't like that piece. I have... Oh, that's another bit. This is that old vintage photo. And I've got some words in here. Look, all I've done is got the edges that, you know, when you cut edges off and you've still got bits, you can just write stuff. And then they can be little words in your journal. There we go. And I think this will fit on here somewhere. Quite like that one. Oh, it's upside down. Would be nice on there. It could be a little tuck spot, couldn't it? Oh, quite like that idea. So this is what will happen. You just play with your bits and pieces. And remember, if you don't do grungy, then this can be adapted so easily to whatever style you're making, whatever journal you're making. It's the same principle, just using different papers. I'm so determined to put this on somewhere. I might have to cut it down. Right, the other thing I got out was my my burnt papers. Now, these are just some bits that I stamped and then... Oh, look at that one. These are going on my book pages. I'm just looking for a small one, really, that I can put on that tall one. I do have a few little bits in here. This is like vintage letters, and I burnt the edges. I do have a video. I'll leave it linked if you want to go and watch it. I'll put it at the end of this video so you can go over and watch it afterwards. But yeah, basically, that was super fun. It was a don't do this at home children one. Oh, I'm sort of tempted with this one. I just want to put loads on now. I could put this on the other side. That's what I might do. So let's do that. Because I don't know what I want on the front of that yet. There we go. And we'll have a little bit of writing paper. Maybe. So that we can write some little note, a little secret note behind there. Remembering that when you flip this up, it's going to be that way. So if you're going to put a picture or any words, like maybe this, or I might put that on there. I might put that on there. Just because it's here and it's on my desk and I need to use it because I do. Because I do. No rhyme or reason, just want to. And I still want to put one more thing on each of these. And I've got these little vintage cards. Stamps. Stamps are always a good thing. Could do with a green stamp, maybe. Oh, look, there you go. There's some green ones. That's a bit of chipboard. Don't know if we need that. Got a little cluster over there on that one. I do have this habit of doing like more than one at a time. You might notice, but it's all good. Just, oh, where shall I put this one? This one will go really nicely on here. And I've got loads of old postage stamps, so it's good to use them up. Just put them the right way up. There we go. Oh, there's another one. Let's just use it. Silly to have them sitting there doing nothing on my desk. Right, so we need something for this little pocket here. And we need, maybe, this looks like it needs a word. It looks like it needs a word. I don't know if I've got any more in here. Or, oh, what did I see? Saw that. Look at that. That's just a bit of chipboard that I need to just ink the edges. They're very white. Just cut them into shapes. Oh, well, I do like that. Probably won't go at all in my book, but you know, you've got to have a little bit of colour. It may need sticking. And then I can put a word on there when I find one. And that'll be later on in the journal. So we've got that. This one needs some paper. And you don't need much. And if you haven't got enough, remember you can just put 2 bits on. It doesn't have to be one piece. What have I got here? So I've got some map book. I can use some of that. Just use the other side. That's it. And people, I have had some comments about how I make it look easy. It's not that I make it look easy. It's just that I just sort of relax and do it. And there's no pressure when you're doing grungy journaling, because they're all made supposed to look like that. Do you know what I mean? They're supposed to look grungy. So have a go. See what you think. I'm thinking this might need something else. I've got fabric. Oh, and I've got some doily. Oh, I'm quite tempted. Put a little bit of this on. This is going to need the other glue, obviously. So just add whatever you want. And as you can see, these have turned out completely different to the last one. I was going to get something for that, wasn't I? I could use that. No, I couldn't. I did get these out to use. Shall I put one on? Maybe I'll put it on. Ooh, I could put it on there. I might put it on there. That's where I'm putting it. I do like 3, but you can break the rules. 3 is the rule, but feel free to break it. Doesn't matter. Here we go. Plenty of writing space. Just need like a little tag now for going in there. A big old vintage card. Could put that in. There we go. We're done. So all we need to do now is put them in our book. So we just got to decide where we want them. So where do we want them? What page? Which one's feeling a bit thin? This one. Find a page. This I've added a few more pages, as you can see. Now this is quite a flimsy little page. That probably won't hold up. This one's quite tough. Let's put it on there. Oh, I haven't glued that. I'm going to glue that with my or I could sew it. I could put some stitches in there. I did bring my needle and thread. I haven't done any stitching today. Been at work most of the day. We had a very big meeting today. That was So much fun. 2 hours. 2 hours we were in there. It was like, I've got so much to do. But, sorry. Right, I'm just going to quickly stitch along here. I'm not going to do anything fancy. No fancy stitching, just up and down, holding it on. And yes, you'll be able to see the stitches at the back. Does that matter? No. We don't worry. And yes, I've just poked a hole. where I shouldn't have poked a hole, because there was no doily on the other side. Oh, and I've got a knot. There we go. There's always a knot, isn't there? Let's just see if we can pull that out. Oh no, that's a big knot. Okay, right, we'll worry about that in a minute. So I'm just going to carry on. Forget you can see a big loop and a big knot. We'll sort that out. I'm going to have another one. Oh, it's going to be very grungy. And that's the beauty of this. Oh, there goes my glue. It's all happening here. It's all happening. I'm going to put some stitches on the bottom because I don't want this to flap about when I'm lifting my flaps up on the page. So, yeah, this is going to be another unedited video. You seem to like the other one, so I thought, do you know what? I don't have a lot of time anyway, and if you like the unedited ones, then I'm quite happy to post them. Have a laugh at all my silly mistakes, all the knots in my stitching and the glue on my hands. I think that'll hold it. And what we're going to do, we will just make a big knot just there. It won't come undone. It'll be fine. Honest. Right, now let's see if we can solve my little knot problem here. So what we need to do is just cut that and tie them together. That's it. That's all I do. And we can make like a bow or something once we've made the knot. Or we can put a button on there. Can rethread the needle and put a button on. I can do a dangle. But for now, I'm just going to pop that on. Leave them loose because I can add something to the bottom of that. Right, now we've just got to decide where on the page, and that is looking a bit blank. And I'm putting music paper on top of music paper now. So this, I think, will go at the... Oh, yeah, that's got to go at the top, hasn't it? Because it's quite bulky. So we'll add this one. Da, da, da. Okay, now I think that this should be next. Or should I put this on and then that over the top? Or this and then, oh, it could, oh, that's not going to work. This has got to go over the top. Okay, that's fine. Just work it out, Carol, work it out. There we go. And there. And then this one's quite a tough one, it like the file folder one. I'm going to have that just coming out the bottom. And give that a good press. Ooh. Okay, so there we go. That is another little page done in our journal. So you've got flip-ups with hidden writing spaces. And this was the prototype. And as you can see, completely different. Lots more writing space on this one. So I hope you've enjoyed it. And I hope that you are encouraged and inspired to have a go at just creating your own little waterfall. And I hope that you're inspired to go and do your own little waterfall flip-ups. So cool. And I think a really interesting element for your page. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.